And good afternoon and welcome to Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Before we get underway, I forgot because starting today, I'd actually produced a special open. So we're going to do that here before I actually start things up. But I want to thank all of our sponsors, without whose help we could not bring you high school baseball here on Wausau Area Sports. So let's take care of that, and then we'll come back and preview this game between the Warriors and the Marshfield Tigers. It's time for Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Warrior Baseball is brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. It's time now for Warrior Baseball on your home for Wausau West Sports. Wausau Area Sports. And again, good afternoon. Welcome to Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. As today, the Wausau West Warriors play host to the Marshfield Tigers in a Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup. From Wausau West High School, I'm Chad Holmes. Another great day for fun at the old ballpark. Warm day with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. A little bit of cloud cover, but still a great day to be out and about. If you're in the neighborhood, come on by, and you'll be able to join us here for this Valley matchup. Warriors still looking for that first win of the season. Warriors fell to the Wausau East Lumberjacks on Tuesday by a score of 5-3. It was also a tough day for Marshfield on Tuesday. They lost their first conference game of the campaign. They fell to the Stevens Point Panthers 12-1 in 5 innings. In fact, looking at the Wisconsin Valley Conference standings at this point, only one team remains undefeated, Stevens Point. They are 3-0 in the league. Marshfield is currently second in the conference at 3-1. Then comes DC Everest at 1-1, Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln 1-2, Wausau East 1-3, and Wausau West is 0-2. The thing is, 0-2, that still means there are 13 Wisconsin Valley Conference games remaining, so still plenty of time to get things going for the Warriors. Coming up, we'll take a look at the starting lineups for today's game, but coming up next, we will have our pregame conversation with the head coach of the Wausau West Warriors. I'll be talking to John Albee. That's coming up next. It is Wausau West taking on Marshfield, Wisconsin Valley Conference Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Two games into the conference season. I know this is not the way you want to start, but I was thinking about
By the head coach of the Warriors, John Albee. And Coach, 2 games into the conference season. I know this is not the way you wanted to start, but I was thinking about that. I was looking at some of the numbers. There's still 13 games left in this conference season. So, yeah, you would have loved to have got Tuesday, especially against East, but, boy, there's still a lot on the plate, and you just have to take it a step at a time, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of opportunities ahead of us yet, and we just got to turn the ship around a little bit. Start with one game, get things going our direction. Hopefully that's tonight, and things can turn around real quickly.
I'm going to ask you, because I mentioned this, that the guys got together after Tuesday, taking ownership. And I imagine as a coach, you want your guys to take some ownership in terms of taking those steps forward.
Yeah, we do. They're on the field, and they're playing with each other, and they've got to kind of figure some things out amongst themselves as well, kind of get that team chemistry going a little bit better. And it's not that they don't get along well, it's just playing fluidly together. We got to figure out the part on the field, and, they're working hard to try to do that. So, everybody's a little frustrated, but, that's part of sports, You don't always get what you want. It doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. That's why you got to play the games, and we just got to keep our head down and keep grinding.
Today, Marshfield, and it's one of the interesting things about watching the results early on in this season, this conference looks very intriguing. It looks like almost any day anyone can beat anyone else. Stevens Point is off to a really good start, I would say that, but Marshfield had won their first couple of conference games, 3 in fact, and you see everybody else very competitive. I would say early on it looks like it's going to be a season where any particular day anybody can beat anybody else.
Yeah, I think that's very true this year. We got to come into each game knowing that we have an opportunity to win, and we just got to go one game at a time and do the best we can to put ourselves in a good position to win.
Parker Helke on the hill today, and boy, he's really been good so far this season. I mean, the first game against Menominee, he came out there and was, I thought, just really impressive. And he's every time he's come out there against last week as well. I mean, he's been just really good, and he's earned this start, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Parker's done a nice job. He's been pretty consistent for us, so we're giving him an opportunity tonight and see what we can get out of him as his first start. So we're excited to see how it goes.
What is the key for him? Because number one, it feels like he throws a lot of strikes, and I imagine that's a good foundation to build on.
Yeah, he's pretty level-headed, stays pretty calm, doesn't get too excited about things. So I think that mentality helps him just go up there one pitch at a time and just try to attack the zone.
And I guess finally, offensively, we talked about it already. I imagine here again, it's a good day, warm day, wind blowing out, a good day to get the offense going, isn't it?
Yeah, we worked real hard last night on really trying to instill purposeful hitting. We do it all the time, but last night we really emphasized things at practice a lot more, just to try to get things in a different direction with our offense. Really competing, make sure you got the right approach every pitch, and so hopefully that kind of translates to a nice game and we get some offense going.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Head coach of the Warriors, John Albee, will come back out of the starting lineups and the opening pitch. Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to wausauwestbaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the And Chad Holmes again here from Wausau West High School as we are getting set for Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball between the Wausau West Warriors and the Marshfield Tigers. Coaches are meeting with the umpires, and then we'll have the starting lineups and the national anthem before the first pitch. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game for the Marshfield Tigers. Again, 3-1 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, 3-4 overall. Leading things off and playing shortstop is Jacob Sadowska. Batting second, the first baseman, Dayton Booger. Mason Anderson is at catcher. He'll bat third. Dylan Langhoff is the designated hitter, hitting fourth. Bryce Schade is in right field, batting fifth. Jackson Zaleski is at third base, hitting sixth. Lucas Hallen is at left field, bats 7th. Playing second base and hitting 8th is John Will. Brody Carl, the center fielder, bats 9th. Tyler Cum is the starting pitcher today for Marshfield. He has been replaced in the batting order by the designated hitter. Again, for the Marshfield Tigers, Jacob Sadowska, Dayton Booger, Mason Anderson, Dylan Langhoff, Bryce Schade, Jackson Zaleski, Lucas Hallen, John Will, Brody Carl. Head coach of Marshfield is John Southworth. For the Wausau West Warriors, 0-2 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, 0-5 overall. Leading things off and playing in right field, Cam Blasky. Batting second is the third baseman, Carson Thurs. Joe Gravine is the shortstop. He is hitting third. Ty Teske bats cleanup, plays first base. Rowan Robbins is the catcher. He will bat fifth. Miles Waldvogel is in center field, hitting sixth. Batting seventh and the designated hitter is Marshall Helke. Alex Capitz hits eighth, plays left field. Will Stengel, the second baseman, hits ninth. Parker Helke today is the starting pitcher for the Warriors, and he has been replaced by his brother Marshall, the designated hitter, in the batting order. So again for Wausau West, Cam Blasky, Carson Thurs, Joe Gravine, Ty Teske, Rowan Robbins, Miles Waldvogel, Marshall Helke, Alex Capitz, and Will Stengel. Head coach of the Warriors is John Albee. Thanks to Cloverbelt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Now open in Mosinee. Visit CCU's new branch in the Bayman Professional Building across from the Mosinee Airport. Plenty of action here at West today. Here at the baseball diamond, the Warriors and the Marshfield Tigers. Across the way at the softball diamond, Wausau West taking on Wausau East. Tomorrow we'll have the Wausau West softball team in action against Pacelli, 4:15 airtime right here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. We will take one more timeout and then come back with the first pitch of today's game. It is Wausau West taking on Marshfield High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports and the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. And again, don't forget as well, check out wausauareasports.com for the latest area sports news and also for upcoming broadcasts as well. So back in a moment here on Wausau West on Wausau Area Sports.
Playing right field, number 9.
Next Tuesday, the Wausau West High School baseball team returns to action in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, traveling to Wisconsin Rapids for a doubleheader. Hear all the exciting action live on Wausau Area Sports, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 and the first pitch of game number 1 at 3:30. Wausau West Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports is brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union since 1936. Local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. It's Wausau West at Wisconsin Rapids in a Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball doubleheader, Tuesday starting with the pregame show at 3:15 on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything is in everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same, don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path, all you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. And our national anthem here from Wausau West. Sun is peeking through, another very mild afternoon. Great day for baseball. And again, if you are in the neighborhood, come on by. Warriors and the Marshfield Tigers. Thanks to our sponsors, including Rocket Industrial. Thanks to Ryan and the crew over at Rocket Industrial for their support of our broadcast of area high school sports here on Wausau Area Sports. Also, thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department. We would love to see you out and about cheering on Wausau West student athletes. If you'd like to take a look at upcoming events that are going on at Wausau West, just go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Well, warming things up here, Parker Helke. And again, Parker has pitched very well so far this season for Wausau West in relief. He's pitched in 3 games, has no record, 10 2/3 innings pitched, an outstanding earned run average of 1.31. He has allowed 9 hits in those 10 2/3 innings, 4 runs, 2 of which have been earned, striking out 7 and walking 3. In fact, that walk number is probably the biggest reason that he is getting this opportunity today as the starting pitcher. Again, for Wausau West, they've had some issues in terms of too many base on balls from their starting pitchers, but we'll see what Parker Helke can do here today. Defensively for the Warriors, in the outfield, Alex Capitz in left field, Miles Waldvogel in center, Cam Blasky starting in right, Carson Thurs is at third base, Joe Gravine is at shortstop, Will Stengel is the second baseman, Ty Teske is at first, and Rowan Robbins is the catcher for the Warriors here this afternoon. So finishing up his warm-up pitches is Parker Helke. For the Tigers in the top of the first inning, it will be Jacob Sadowska, Dayton Booger, and Mason Anderson. Other games going on today in the WVC besides this one, DC Everest today is at Wausau East, and also Wisconsin Rapids is at Stevens Point. Stevens Point, the only undefeated team left in the Wisconsin Valley Conference early on in the season. Rowan Robbins fires down to second, and now Jacob Sadowska will step in for the Tigers.
Leading Tigers up to shortstop number 3, Jacob Sadowska.
Left-handed batter, number 3 on the back of his jersey. Sadowska. Nine hits and 22 at-bats starting off the season, so off to a good start. Here's the first pitch, up and away for ball 1. So again, glad you could be with us here on Wausau Area Sports. Staring into his catcher, getting the sign, is Parker Helke. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss, even things up at 1-1. 409 batting average for Jacob Sadowska. No home runs and 5 runs batted in. Even with nobody on base, working out of the stretch is Parker Helke. Here's the pitch. That'll be lined foul down the third base side. Count goes to 1-2. Wind is pushing out towards the left field foul pole at this point. And again, as we tend to see here at Wausau West, it may not be windy elsewhere, but it always seems to be windy here. Parker Helke kicks and deals. There's a hard grounder, diving attempt by Will Stengel, but into right field for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Jacob Sadowska. And that will bring up Dayton Bugar, the first baseman.
Brings up the first baseman, number 13, Dayton Bugar.
Ty Teskey will hold the runner at first base. So Mason Anderson, right-handed hitter. I should say Dayton Bugar, right-handed hitter. Has a .235 batting average. First pitch misses a little bit up, perhaps a tad off the corner for ball one. No home runs, 4 RBIs. Obviously does not have any superstitions, wearing number 13 on the back of his orange jersey. Open stance from the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. Just off the inside corner, that's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Warriors all white. White jerseys, white pants, dark blue numerals outlined in gold. Tigers in their orange jerseys, gray pants, black numerals. Runner leads. 2-0. There's a looper towards second base. Picked there. Little flip to the bag. Gravine. Gravine will fire to first. And that is in time for a double play. 4-6-3 on the twin killing. And just like that, 2 outs in the top of the first. And with nobody on base, that will bring up the Marshfield catcher, Mason Anderson.
Brings up the catcher, number 7, Mason Anderson.
.400 batting average, team high 9 runs batted in so far this season. Here's the pitch, fastball at the knees for a called strike 1. Marshfield and Wausau West, top half of the first inning, no score. Helke sets, kicks, and deals. There's a ground ball pulled foul, third base side. Sign of experience in the third base coach's box. Do not put that bare hand out there to try and snag it. Open stance, hands up high near the right ear hole. Mason Anderson waits. Here's the pitch. Inside, and it just barely grazes him. There will not be a bruise on that one. And a runner on first and 2 outs now for the Tigers.
Brings up the DH, number 10, Dylan Langhoff.
Hopefully everything is okay, as my crowd mic kind of took a tumble. I think we're okay. Yep, I still see the level, so apologize for that. But now, runner on first and 2 outs. Pitch to the left-handed batter, misses for ball 1. Designated hitter Dylan Langhoff, .389 batting average, no home runs, and 4 runs batted in. There's a foul tip. Ooh, that one got a piece of the catcher, Rowan Robbins. Again, those pitches that just barely get tipped are the ones that probably hurt the most. And takes a moment to try and flex that left leg. Count evens up at 1-1. John Albee coming out, I think giving his catcher another moment, has a quick word with the home plate umpire. Warriors tomorrow will have a doubleheader at Carson Park in Eau Claire, taking on Eau Claire North. Won't have a broadcast of that one. I'll be back with the Warrior baseball team for a twin bill at Wisconsin Rapids on Tuesday in the conference. Pickoff move and back in safely is Mason Anderson. As I mentioned earlier, tomorrow we'll be with the Wausau West softball team. Warrior softball team coming off their win against Stevens Point on Tuesday, facing Wausau East today. And then they'll host an always good Pacelli program tomorrow. On the outside corner, taken for a strike. Ball and 2 strikes on Dylan Langhoff. But Hopefully, the Warrior softball team will look for a third straight win this week. 4:15 airtime, 4:30 for the first pitch tomorrow on Wausau Area Sports. There goes the runner, and a fall back by Langhoff. Heading back to first base will be Mason Anderson. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Parker Helke sets just above the belt. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball towards left center field. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be in there and all the way to the fence. Rounding second, heading to third. Getting waved around is Anderson, and he will score on a stand-up double to deep left center field by Dylan Langhoff, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead. Well, that ball was placed perfectly in deep left center field. Nothing that Alex Kappas could do but chase it down at the fence. Bryce Shoddy, the number 5 hitter and right fielder, comes up next for the Tigers. Quick word as Rowan Robbins will go out and talk to Parker Helke. Parker Helke, just a sophomore, so again, he's got to be excited. This is his first start. Number 5 on the back of the jersey. Takes 2 looks back at the runner, comes to the plate. There's a good fastball, pops into the mid of Rowan Robbins for strike 1 called. One nothing Marshfield, top half of inning number 1. Again, the runner off of second, Parker Helke, kicks and deals. There's a roller past the pitcher. Joe Gravine backhands it short. He'll fire across in time to get the runner and end the inning. So for the Tigers, in the top of the first inning, 1 run on a pair of base hits. There were no Warrior errors and 1 runner left on base. And 1/2 inning, Marshfield 1, Wausau West coming to the plate. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun. Not too early to start thinking boat.
And back here at Wausau West High School as we head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Warriors coming to the plate for the first time, trailing 1-0. Marshfield defensively, Mason Anderson in left field. Brody Carl starts in center. Bryce Shoddy in right. Jackson Zaleski is the third baseman. Jacob Sadowska is at shortstop. John Will at second base. Dayton Bugar is at first. Mason Anderson, the catcher. And Tyler Cum is the starting pitcher.
Right fielder, number 14, Cam Blasky.
Cam Blasky will lead things off for Wausau West. Blasky followed by Carson Thurs and then Joe Gravine. Cam Blasky, 2 hits and 14 at-bats so far this season, a 143 batting average with a pair of RBI. Fastball misses the outside corner for ball 1. Out of the stretch in all circumstances is Tyler Cum. Fastball paints the outside corner for a called strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. John Albee in the third base coach's box for Wausau West. Dan Gravine down on the first base side for the Warriors. And there's a swing and a pop-up. Taking a look on the first base side is Dayton Bugar, but he'll run out of room. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Staring at his catcher, Mason Anderson, is Tyler Cum. And now taking a little bit too much time, so stepping out is Cam Blasky. Still a long stare, and now he's ready. Sets at the belt. The lefty kicks and fires. Fastball misses up and away. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Fastball misses up and out of the zone, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count and the payoff pitch. Good cut that time by Blasky, but follows it straight back, and we'll do it again at 3-2. At the very least, it's always good to see that leadoff hitter be able to work the count. Here's the pitch. Just off the outside corner, and a good look by Blasky, and he earns the base on balls. So the Warriors get their leadoff man on base, and they'll bring up the third baseman, Carson Thurs.
Brings up third baseman number 23, Carson Thurs.
Carson Thurs has 3 hits and 15 at-bats this season, 200 batting average, and a team-high 4 runs batted in. Looks to bunt, and he'll come up empty. Pick off back to first, and in trouble, and out at the bag will be Cam Blasky. Well, the Warriors not able to execute on that sacrifice bunt attempt, and now have a out and nobody on base. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Diving, a stab made by Sadowska. He'll fire across, and he's able to get him. That was quite a play to his left by shortstop Jacob Sadowska. Number 1, he got there. Number 2 was a clean pick. Got up quickly, and then one hop to first, where Dayton Bugar was able to make the play. 6-3 on the putout for out number 2. Next up for the Warriors will be their shortstop, Joe Gravine. And the pitch misses for ball 1. Right-handed batter against the left-handed thrower. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, and that's ball 2. Should Joe Gravine reach base, hitting next for the Warriors will be the cleanup hitter, first baseman Ty Teske. Tyler Cum kicks, deals. Misses low and outside, and that's ball 3. Tyler Cum, 0-1 record, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 6.63 earned run average, as the 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike 1. 8 hits, 11 runs, 6 of which have been earned. 8 strikeouts and 9 walks issued. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Joe Gravine. Gravine, 4 of 19 at the plate, 211 batting average so far this season. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Sadowska this time bobbles it, picks it up, fires across, not in time. That will be an error on the shortstop, and the Warrior inning will continue.
Brings up the first baseman, number 12, Ty Teskey.
So Ty Teskey will get an opportunity at the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch is a ground ball towards first base. Grabbing it is Bugar. He'll go to the bag. 3 unassisted, and the inning comes to an end. For the Warriors in the first, no runs, no base hits. There was an error, and 1 runner left on base. And a 1 inning here from Wausau West High School. It is Marshfield 1, Wausau West nothing. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to wausauwestbaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Top half of inning number 2 here at Wausau West as the Marshfield Tigers come to the plate, leading the Wausau West Warriors by a score of 1-0. Leading things off will be the third baseman, Jackson Zaleski. And the first pitch is a liner into left field. He'll drop in there for a base hit. Capitz will grab it, fire back to the infield. Well hit ball by Zaleski to start off the Marshfield second inning with a hit.
Now batting the left fielder, number 18, Lucas Holland.
Lucas Holland will next step in, number 7 hitter, left fielder for Marshfield. And the first pitch is in at the knees, outer portion from Parker Helke for strike 1 called. Helke again sets, runner takes his lead. Here's the pitch. There's a roller towards short, picked up by Gravine, looks to second, instead fires across. Good throw by Joe Gravine, able to get the runner at first. First out of the inning, advancing 90 feet is Jackson Zaleski to second base. That will bring up the number 8 hitter, second baseman, John Will.
Brings up second baseman, number 1, John Will.
John Will is a freshman for the Marshfield Tigers. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball in there for strike 1 called. Apologize for the fuzziness of the players because the fence gets perfectly clear. And I'm still trying to get through this camera, learn all the intricacies of it. And the pitch is popped up, first base side out of play. But we'd rather have the players be in clear focus and not the fence. But unfortunately, the fence is perfectly clear. And I'm still trying to get this set up to get the players a little bit more clear. Runner leads off second base. Parker Helke takes a couple looks back. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball past the pitcher. Near the bag at second, Gravine. He'll fire across in time. Another 6-3 put out. Advancing the third on the play is Jackson Zaleski, and there are now 2 outs in the inning.
Brings up the center fielder, number 4, Brody Carl.
Number 9 hitter, Brody Carl, the center fielder, due up next. One nothing Marshfield, top of the second inning. Helke kicks and deals. Up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. You can hear that wind blowing through the microphone again. A breezy day, and right now that wind is blowing hard towards the left field foul pole. Ball in the air is going to get some good pickup if you pull it as a right-handed hitter. 1-0 pitch. There's a liner pulled foul down the third base side. Count is 1-1. Helke has the sign, has the target, and the pitch. Misses inside. Count goes to 2-1. Brody Carl on the season, a 118 batting average, 2 hits in 17 at-bats, no home runs, and 2 RBI. Again, the runner leads off of third. Parker Helke to the plate. Ground ball pulled foul down the third base side yet again. 2-2. Trying to get out of this inning unscathed is Parker Helke. There's a chopper third base side, taken on the big hop by Carson Thurs. He'll fire across in time, and that will do it for the Tigers in the second inning. For Marshfield in the second, no runs on 1 base hit. There were no Wausau West errors and 1 runner left on base. End of an inning and a half. It is Marshfield 1, Wausau West nothing. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything is in everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you.
And Chad Holmes again from Wausau West. No balls and 1 strike on Rowan Robbins, who's leading things off for West in the bottom of the second. And there's a swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2. 1-0 Marshfield with the lead. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Wausau West batting order. Robbins, Miles Walvogel, and Marshall Helke. Tyler Cum, left-hander on the hill for Marshfield. Sets, kicks, and deals. Fastball runs a little bit low for ball 1. Tyler Cum is a senior for the Marshfield squad. Looks in. Mason Anderson putting down the fingers, setting the target. Here's the kick and the 1-2. There's a line drive into left center field for a base hit. Cutting it off is Brody Carl. He will get it back to the infield, but a well-hit ball from Rowan Robbins to start off the Wausau West second inning.
Brings up center fielder number 13, Miles Walvogel.
So Miles Walvogel next will step in for the Warriors. We will get a courtesy runner for the Warrior catcher. Again, you can do that with the pitcher and the catcher. And coming out and running will be Breck Blaubach.
Courtesy running, Breck Blaubach.
So Miles Walvogel, who was 1 for 1 with a walk, a triple, a run scored against East on Tuesday, will step in. Runner takes his lead. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Boy, that wind again is really kicking up and again blowing straight out towards the left field foul pole. Right-handed hitter will get a little bit of a push if they pull it. There's a square round. Good bunt. Catcher will grab it. Mason Anderson fires the first in time. The sacrifice is completed. And the Warriors have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Up next will be the designated hitter, Marshall Helke.
Brings up the designated hitter number 24, Marshall Helke.
Marshall Helke has been struggling so far. 1 of 15, has a pair of RBI. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. The Warrior offense as a whole has struggled. When you look at the numbers again, 222 is the top batting average, and that is a rough start at the plate. So again, they're going to try to heat things up. Pitch misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. 1-0 Marshfield, bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Runner leads off second base. Tyler Cum takes a peek, now comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Pitch that was on the outer portion, just below the knees. Coming up empty is Marshall Helke. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blaubach leads off second. Cum kicks and deals. There's a little flare down the first base side, and that will be a foul ball. Remains at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. Misses up and away, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. John Albee yelling instructions to the base runner at second base. Warriors in the third base dugout putting the hands together. 2 looks back, and now taking too much time is Tyler Cum, and requesting and receiving timeout is Marshall Helke. Again, a look back at the runner. Here's the pitch. Bounces in there, gets away. That's ball 4. It's also a wild pitch. Rounding third, taking a look is Blaubach, but he'll stay right there. So now runners on the corners and 1 out for Alex Capitz. Time is called. Mason Anderson will go out, have a word with his pitcher, give us a chance to again thank Clover Belt Credit Union for their support of our broadcast of high school sports here on Wausau Area Sports. Clover Belt Credit Union since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Now open in Mosinee. Visit CCU's new branch in the Bayman Professional Building across from the Mosinee
Brings up the
Airport.
left fielder number 7, Alex Capitz.
Alex Capitz will now step in. Right-handed batter waits. Tyler Cum kicks and fires. There's a line drive into right field, in there for a base hit. That will score a run, throw to second, and sliding in safely as the ball gets away is Marshall Helke, but an RBI single the other way for Capich, scoring Blabach, and it is now 1-1.
That brings up the second baseman, number 10, Will Stengel.
That was a case where Helke was holding for just a moment in case that ball would be caught in the outfield, and that gave Bryce Schade, who got to it quickly, an opportunity to throw to second and try to get the force. Will Stengel, number 9 hitter for the Warriors, now steps in. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outer portion of the plate. Strike one called. Again, Tyler Cum kicks and deals. Misses up and away. Count evens up at 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out, one run in for the Warriors in the bottom of the second. Pitch catches the bottom of the strike zone on the outside corner for a called strike two. Ball then 2 strikes. Top of the order, Cam Blasky waits on deck. Runners take their leads. Kick in the pitch. Swing and a miss, and going down on strikes is Will Stengel. First strikeout for Tyler Cum, second out of the inning. Cam Blasky will now step in.
Leadoff hitter, the right fielder, number 14, Cam Blasky.
Cam walked his first time up, but now looking for the 2-out hit that could bring in a run. Pitch misses for ball one. One ball and no strikes. Tyler Cum kicks and deals. There's a little dribbler, first base side, goes foul. Evens things up at 1-1. 1 run on 3 base hits, 1 error for the Marshfield Tigers. 1 run on a pair of base knocks, no errors for the Wausau West Warriors. 1-1 game. Wisconsin Valley Conference action. Marshfield 3-1 in the league. Warriors come in at 0-2. Here's the pitch. Misses inside for a ball. 2-1. Reason that Marshfield has 4 conference games in the ledger. Warriors 2. The Warriors had the game against Wisconsin Rapids postponed. That will be made up as part of a doubleheader on Tuesday of next week. And they also have that game against DC Everest that is tied in the 8th inning that was suspended due to the weather. That will be continued when the Warriors return to DC Everest on May the 7th. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Back in is Cam Blasky. Here's the pitch, and there's a flare off to the right field side, a foul ball. Big situation right now. Warriors looking to get the lead. Mason Anderson will set the target. Tyler Cum peeks back to the runner at second. Kicks, deals. Fastball misses just a shade up, and the count runs full, 3-2. That will give the base runners a little bit of an edge. They will be on the move on this full count. Here's the pitch. Misses up and out of the strike zone, and that's ball 4. So that will load up the bases for Carson Thurs.
Baseman number 23, Carson Thurs.
So now an opportunity for Carson Thurs with the bases juiced and 2 out. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses just off the outside corner, maybe a tad up. And the count is 1-0. Runners off third, second, and first. Pitch is in there for a called strike one. One and one. Runner on third, Marshall Helke. Runner on second, Alex Kappitz. Cam Blasky leads off first. And the pitch is on the outer portion of the plate, just above the knees for a called strike two. Carson Thurs grounded to shortstop his first time up. It was a terrific play made by Jacob Sadowska. Went to his left, took away a base hit from Thurs. 1-2 pitch. Fastball just off the inside corner, a little bit of a grimace on the face of the pitcher as he does not get the call on that corner pitch. And it's now 2-2. This is as far as Cum wants to take him with no place to put him. And it does go full. As I said, nowhere to put the hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners will be on the move. It will be a merry-go-round around the bases on this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Tyler Cum is ready. Here is the payoff pitch. Big cut by Carson Thurs, but follows it back, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 run in for the Warriors. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 game. Pitch is fouled back, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Big battle right now. Carson Thurs waits. Tyler Cum has the target. Here's the pitch. Swing, a foul tip held onto by the catcher, Mason Anderson, and that will do it for the Warriors in the second. Boy, that was a battle, and this time the senior left-hander, I should say, comes up ahead. But the Warriors do get on the board. 1 run on a couple of base hits. There were no errors and 3 runners left on base. End of 2. It is Marshfield 1, Wausau West 1. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Top half of inning number 3.
Third inning,
Marshfield coming to the plate. Top of the order in this 1-1 game. Jacob Sadowska will lead things off. He singled his first time up. He is 1 for 1, hitting better than .400 on the young season for the Tigers. Left-handed batter waits. Parker Helke deals. Pitch misses the outside corner for ball one. One ball, no strikes on Sadowska. And the pitch. There's a little roller, pull fall first base side. 1-1. Wausau West softball team leads Wausau East 4-1 in the top of the 6th inning across the way. Marathon leads Newman Catholic in softball in the 4th inning, 5-0. Ball and 1 strike. Parker Helke, the sophomore, to the plate. There's a ground ball towards short, backhanded by Gravine. He'll pick, long throw across, not in time. Scoots away from Ty Teske. It will be an infield single. Second hit of the game for Jacob Sadowska to start off the Marshfield third.
Brings up number 13, the first baseman, Dayton Bugar.
Dayton Bugar, the first baseman, will come up next for Marshfield. Runner takes a pretty good lead at first. There he goes. Pitch is taken for a ball. Throw down to second, and in safely head first is Jacob Sadowska for Marshfield. No hesitation that time for Sadowska. So the lead run now in scoring position for Marshfield. Pitch is inside, it hit him. So Bugar is hit by that pitch, and they'll put runners on first and second with nobody out for the number 3 hitter, Mason Anderson.
Now batting the catcher, number 7, Mason Anderson.
Mason Anderson will wait as John Albee is going to walk out to the mound and have a word with Parker Helke and the rest of the Wausau West infield defense. And also the 2 base runners for Marshfield will all jog over to the third base side and have a word with their coach, John Southworth. Reminder, tomorrow, high school softball, Wausau West hosting Pacelli. I'll be across the way at the Wausau West softball diamond. 4:15 airtime, 4:30 for the first pitch here on Wausau Area Sports. Tuesday, we'll be back with the Warrior baseball team in Wisconsin Rapids for a doubleheader. Again, that is a makeup for a postponement a few weeks ago. And then the regularly scheduled game as well. So that will be a 3:30 first pitch, 3:15 for the pregame on Tuesday of next week. Wausau West at Wisconsin Rapids in high school baseball twin bill action. So now the meetings have come to an end. Stepping in is Anderson. Runners off second and first. Parker Helke fires. Misses inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Sadowska off of second. Bugar leads off of first. Parker Helke sets just above the belt. 2 looks back at the runner. Comes to the plate. There's a fly ball pulled foul down the left field side. And the count evens up at 1-1. If you joined us late, Marshfield scored their run on an RBI double by Dylan Langhoff in the first. And the Warriors got their run in the bottom of the second on an RBI single by Alex Capitz. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, third base side. Taken at the bag by Thurs. Thurs, long throw across in time for a double play. That was tailor-made. Took Carson Thurs right to the bag. 1 step, tagged for the force, and then an accurate throw across to Teske. 5-3 on that ground ball twin killing. Second turned double play for the Warriors here today. Runner now on second with 2 outs for Dylan Langhoff. Langhoff had that RBI hit back in the first. RBI double, 1 for 1. Swing and a miss. A tad tardy on that cut. Strike 1. For Langhoff, that was his 5th RBI of the season. Also put his batting average over 400 on the young campaign. 0-1. Drops down low on a breaking ball. Even things up at 1-1. Top half of the 3rd inning. Marshfield 1, Warriors 1. Dayton Bugard leads off of second base. 2 peeks back by Parker Helke, and now the pitch. And there's a fly ball, right field side. Cam Blasky is under it, and he will make the call, make the grab, and the inning comes to an end. For the Tigers in the 3rd, no runs on 1 base hit. There were no Warrior errors, and 1 runner left on base. End of 2.5. It is Marshfield 1, Wausau West 1. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Chad Holmes again here from Wausau West as we head to the bottom half of inning number 3. The Warriors and the Marshfield Tigers all even at 1 apiece. For Wausau West, it will be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Joe Gravine will lead things off against Marshfield starter Tyler Cum. The lefty, working out of the stretch in all situations, fires. Pitch misses down low for ball 1. Joe Gravine reached on an error his first time up. Right-handed batter, left-handed thrower. And there's a fly ball, left field going over is Anderson. Will not get there, drops in the gap. Rounding first, heading towards second is Joe Gravine. It's some trouble in the outfield. Dropping it was Brody Carl in deep center field. Able to finally get a hold of it, get it back to the infield. But it will be a leadoff double for Gravine to start off the Warrior 3rd. Next up will be the Warrior cleanup man, first baseman Ty Teske.
That brings up the first baseman, number 12, Ty Teske.
Teske grounded to the first baseman his first time up. See if the Warriors again play that small ball. And the pitch in there for strike 1 called. Also in the Valley today, bottom of the 4th, Stevens Point and Wisconsin Rapids are all tied up at 1 apiece. 4th inning as well, DC Everest leads at Wausau East by a score of 3-1. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up left field side, foul territory, and that's going to curl out of play. Well, not out of play, but drops in foul territory out of the reach of the left fielder, Mason Anderson. Whoop. Actually, Lucas Hallen, is in left field. Left-handed batter. Waits. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fighting that one off. Staying alive is Ty Teske. 0-2. Softball, DC Everest leads Wisconsin Rapids by a score of 6-4 this afternoon as well. Actually, Rapids just scored to make it 6-5. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning in Wisconsin Rapids. So again, full slate of activity in the Valley in both baseball and softball on this Thursday afternoon. Pitch drops a little bit low to Teske for ball 1. Warrior softball team continues to lead Wausau East, trying to close it out. 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs for the Lumberjacks. As the pitch to Teskey misses up and out of the strike zone. Evens it up at 2-2. A very quick game over at the softball diamond. 1 out away for the Warriors to put the finishing touches on a second straight win this week. 2-2 pitch. Up and in, and diving out of the way of that pitch is Ty Teskey. And the count runs full, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off second. Payoff pitch. And there's a fly ball left center field. Another long run for Hallen. Back near the track. He reaches up and he'll make the grab near the track. Going about halfway was Gravine, so he cannot tag up. And back to second base goes Gravine. Well hit ball. Again, that wind is helping that ball towards left. And fighting it, but able to fight it into his mitt was Lucas Hallen.
Rowan Robbins.
So runner still on second with 1 out for the Warrior catcher, Rowan Robbins. Robbins singled. The lead off the second, came around to score the Warrior run. Fastball, outside corner at the knees for a called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Drops down low. Count evens up at 1-1. Joe Gravine, who led off with a double, leads off second base for the Warriors. Tyler Cum peeks back at the runner. Kicks, deals. Fastball, misses the outside corner, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1. 1 out, 1-1 game, bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch, runner on the move, pitch gets away, rounding third, Gravine. He'll take a look, but he'll stay right there, as getting to it quickly was Mason Anderson for the Tigers. Looking down the third base line is Rowan Robbins, trying to give the Warriors their first lead of the day. Here's the pitch. There's a chopper fouled on the third base side. Seen the battles here today. Warriors, I think, battling a little bit better in the batter's box than they did on Tuesday against East. They are making Tyler Cum throw good pitches and trying to make the most of every at-bat. That's something we saw in the comeback at DC Everest on Friday. Warriors fell behind in that game 5-0, came back to tie it up at 5, forced extra innings before the Storms came in. Warrior softball team wins 4-1 over Wausau East. Here's the pitch. Down low, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But 2 straight wins for the Warriors in the Valley. In softball, 4-1 today over East. And again, they will host Pacelli tomorrow, 4:30, 4:15 airtime right here on Wausau Area Sports. There's a big cut by Rowan Robbins. Follows it straight back on that payoff pitch. It will do it again at 3-2. Runner on third, just 1 out. Warriors putting their hands together in the third base box. Again, the payoff. And getting the head of the bat on that one and falling it away again is Rowan Robbins. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Joe Gravine leads off third base. Tyler Cum sets at the belt. The lefty kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Tyler Cum and the Tigers. And that is the 2nd out of the inning. So third base and
in the center field,
2 outs.
13, Miles
Is Joe Gravine. And Miles Walvogel will try for that 2-out RBI hit. Miles laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And the pitch is in there for strike 1 called. Again, Gravine leads off third. Tyler Cum kicks and fires. Down low, short hop by the catcher Mason Anderson, and the count is 1-1. We've seen this on both sides in this game. Bottom of the third inning, I mean, every at-bat has been a fight. The pitchers are working, the hitters are working as well. 1-1. Misses up and away, and that puts Miles Wallvogel in a good hitter's count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, off of third is Joe Gravane. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Challenging the hitter 2-1 was Tyler Cum. Throws it past Wallvogel, and the count goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. There's a flare to right field. In there for a base hit. Gravane will come in and score an RBI single for Miles Wallvogel, and the Warriors have a 2-1 lead. Nice job of hitting with 2 strikes for Wallvogel. Just took it the other way, served it in front of Bryce Schade to score Joe Gravane. And now Marshall Helke will step to the plate. Marshall walked his first time up. Pitch is in there for strike 1 called. So Marshall Helke waits. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Pitch taken for a ball. Throw down to second and slide it in safely. Head first is Miles Wallvogel with the stolen base. So now another runner in scoring position for the Warriors with 2 outs. I believe it's 2 balls and no strikes. Or maybe not. Maybe it's 0-2. I think the umpire I thought that was a ball, but maybe they called it a strike. I'm not sure. Swing and a miss. It was not strike 2, at least. I know that much. When the umpire needs to show me the count, he doesn't do it that time, but Helke kicks and fires. There's a ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. Rounding third. Here comes Wallvogel. Here comes the throw. It is cut off. And another 2-out RBI hit for Wausau West. This time for Marshall Helke. And the Warriors lead 3-1. Clutch hitting. And we have not been able to say that a lot in the early going for the Warriors this season. But a couple of big 2-out hits. And now Alex Capitz will come up.
Number 7, fielder Alex Capitz.
It's gotten rather dark here at Wausau West. Overcast skies, no rain at this point, but boy, it got a lot darker than I really thought it was going to be. Here's the pitch. Inside, goes all the way to the backstop. Heading to second is Marshall Helke. And another runner back in scoring position now for Wausau West. See if the Warriors can make it 3 2-out RBI hits in the bottom of the third inning. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. There's a fly ball, short right field. That could be trouble. Going out and making the leaping grab is second baseman John Will. Boy, that ball looked like it was targeted right between Will and the right fielder Bryce Schade. But in the end, Will, the freshman second baseman, makes a fine play to end the Wausau West third inning. But the Warriors do score twice. 2 runs on 3 base hits. There were no Tiger errors and 1 runner left on base. End of 3. Wausau West 3, Marshfield 1. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Lights have been turned on here at Wausau West. They said it was getting a little dark, and it got dark enough. We're going to turn on the lights as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Warriors and the Marshfield Tigers. Wausau West 3, Marshfield 1. It's been a solid first 3 innings for Wausau West sophomore starting pitcher Parker Helke. And now he's back out there, and he'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Tiger batting order. Bryce Shoddy, Jackson Zaleski, and Lucas Helen. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Parker Helke kicks and deals. Pitch misses on a fastball for ball 1. Putting down the fingers is Rowan Robbins, now setting the target. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball misses inside, and that's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Bryce Shoddy grounded out the shortstop, and Joe Gravine his first time up. Stepping off for a moment is Parker Helke, now ready to go again. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball just off the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-0. Hands up high, waving the bat as he waits is Bryce Shoddy. Helke in the 3-0 pitch. Catches the outer portion of the plate for strike 1 called. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jackson Zaleski in the on-deck circle for Marshfield. Again, Helke kicks and deals. There's a ground ball foul on the first base side. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. DC Everest leads Wausau East over at East today, 4-2. That game is in the top of the 4th inning, so still plenty of time in that one as East looks to make it 2 wins in a row. And the pitch misses outside, and that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Bryce Shoddy for the Tigers in the top of the 4th inning.
Brings up the third baseman, number 5, Jackson Zaleski.
Marathon leads Newman Catholic in the bottom of the 5th inning, 9-0. Merriwood Conference South action over at Sunnyvale today. Runner takes his lead off of first. Parker Helke kicks and deals. Down low, taken for a ball. 3-1 lead here for the Warriors in the top of the 4th inning. Stevens Point and Wisconsin Rapids are now tied at 3 apiece in Valley Baseball. That game in the bottom of the 5th over in Stevens Point. Pickoff move and runner back safely. So all 3 of the games in the WVC right now are very competitive in high school baseball. This one, East and Everest, and Rapids against Stevens Point. Pitch is down low. Taken for another ball. Right now, a little struggle for Parker Helke. falls behind, 2 balls and no strikes. That wind is blowing so hard. In fact, the fence, which you see so clearly in front of you, was moving a little bit. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball in the hole between short and third into left field for a base hit. So Marshfield has something going here in the 4th inning. Runners on first and second and nobody out for Lucas Hallen.
Lucas Hallen.
2 for 2 now is Jackson Zaleski for the Marshfield Tigers. Going out, having a couple of words with his pitcher is Rowan Robbins. Well, the Warriors with 2 in the last half inning and now trying to respond here in the top of the 4th is Marshfield. Time is called. Home plate umpire taking a look towards the Wausau West dugout on the third base side. Pitch is fouled back. Strike 1. Lucas Hallen grounded to shortstop, and Joe Gravine, his first time up back in the 2nd inning. Again, the Warrior baseball team scheduled to play in Eau Claire tomorrow. Carson Park against Eau Claire North. Doubleheader, in fact. Then back to the Valley on Tuesday of next week for another doubleheader at Wisconsin Rapids. No balls, 1 strike. Right in at the knees on a good fastball, and that's strike 2. Again, tomorrow we'll not have the baseball action, but I will be across the way at the Wausau West softball diamond when the Warriors take on Pacelli, one of the top-ranked teams in Division 4 in high school softball. 4:15 airtime right here on Wausau Area Sports. Runners off second and first. No balls, 2 strikes, and strike 3 called. Little look back by Lucas Hallen, but he's going to jog back to the first base dugout, and the first out of the inning.
Brings up the second baseman, number 1, John Will.
That is the first strikeout for Parker Helke. In fact, I mentioned earlier that the batters have been fighting. Not a lot of strikeouts in this game. 2 strikeouts by Wausau West hitters, and just 1 strikeout from Marshfield hitters. But now, stepping in is John Will. Fastball in there for strike 1 call from Parker Helke. John Will, the freshman second baseman for Marshfield, made a nice play to end that last half inning. Made a good running grab in short right field to take away a base hit and save a run. Right-handed batter. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. There's a hard grounder between first and second into right field for a base hit. Picked up, and there's a fire to the plate. Runner will hold at third. Well hit ball by John Will right in the hole between Stengel at second and Ty Teske at first. And the bases are now loaded with 1 out for Marshfield and Brody Carl.
Number 4, Brody Carl.
Brody Carl, the number 9 hitter, center fielder, grounded to third base, and Carson Thurs back in the 2nd inning. And that's a very impressive-looking freshman, John Will, for Marshfield. He obviously can do it with the glove, and there he showed he can do it with the bat as well. Parker Helke kicks and fires. Big cut, but a little in front of it was Brody Carl and fouls it off. Strike 1. Big spot in this game. 3-1 Wausau West, top of the 4th inning. Parker Helke again's ready. Runners take their leads. Here's the pitch. Good fastball. Pops into the middle of Rowan Robbins for strike 2 called. A strikeout would be big here for the Warriors and Parker Helke. The West right-hander looks in, gets the sign, gets the target from Rowan Robbins. 0-2. There's a high pop-up, short right field, foul territory. Ty Teske taking a look, coming in, slide, and not able to get there is right fielder Cam Blasky. Just foul. It was not that far away. That wind, again, pushing out towards the left field foul pole, helping it push towards fair territory as well. but did not quite get there, and the count remains at 0-2. Shoddy off of third. Zaleski leads off of second. John Will leads off of first. No balls, 2 strikes. Parker Helke to the plate. Check swing. And holding up is Brody Carl for ball 1. Another big pitch coming up. Here's the kick and the delivery. There's a fly ball deep left field, hugging the line, curling and foul. It had the distance and it curls foul. And from my broadcast position, I hope the camera caught the ball as it was going right down the line. But that ball was just hugging the line for a while, and then it just curled foul, and it was over the fence by a good 15, 20 feet. But it remains 1-2. So, dodging a bullet there is Parker Helke and the Warriors. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, and the count evens up at 2-2. If you're Parker Helke, this is as far as you want to go. There's nowhere to put the batter. Bases are juiced. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order, Jacob Sadowska, who has a couple of base hits, waits on deck. Setting again is Parker Helke. The right-hander kicks, fires. Fastball drops a shade low, and that's ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Brody Carl. Again, glad you could be with us for high school baseball here on Wausau Area Sports. Top of the 4th inning. Again, every at-bat has been a battle in this game. Here's the payoff pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball deep to left field, way back, and there's no doubt about that one. That is way out of here for a grand slam home run for Brody Carl.
Brody Carl.
He just missed a couple of pitches earlier. That time there was no mistake. As I said earlier, that wind is helping down the left field line. And that turns a 3-1 Wausau West lead into a 5-3 lead for the Marshfield Tigers. And going out, having a word, is Rowan Robinson. Again, it was a battle. We've seen a lot of battles at bats here today. Both sides. Warriors were able to get a couple of big 2-out hits in the last half inning, and that time the battle was won by Brody Carl, as John Albee will come out and talk to Parker Helke and the entire Wausau West infield defense. See whether or not there's a change, but 5-3, top of the 4th inning. It's been a very interesting game. And again, it's been one of those games where I think both teams have really come out and been sharp in terms of their baseball IQ. We're seeing these teams play exceptional baseball, some solid fundamental baseball, and there's still plenty of time left in this one. So the meeting will break up. Coach Albee will head back to the third base dugout. And now top of the order, and the hot-hitting Jacob Sadowska will step in. Parker Helke kicks and deals. There's a well-hit ball left center field. That's going to be in the gap, and that's going to go all the way to the fence on a hop. Rounding second. Still going to Sadowska. He is going to head to third. Here comes the throw! And safe at third on a bang-bang play is Jacob Sadowska on a triple. Well-hit ball in the gap between Miles Walvogel in center and Alex Capitz in left. And now John Albee is going to come out again, and we're going to get a pitching change here for Wausau West. Well, big top of the 4th inning for Marshfield. They have 4 runs in. They have a runner on third and 1 out, and we'll have a new pitcher here for the Wausau West Warriors. We'll tell you all about it coming up. Top of the 4th, Marshfield 5, Wausau West 3. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything is in everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear.
And new pitcher is Joe Gravine for the West Warriors. And his first pitch to Dayton Bugar is in for strike one called. Runner on third for Marshfield, 4 runs in, top of the fourth inning. Marshfield now leads 5-3. 0-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner for ball one. So Joel Gravine moves from short to pitcher, and Parker Helke now at shortstop. Fastball right on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike two. Strikeout or a pop-up would be big right now for the Warriors with 1 out and that runner on third. 1-2. Ground ball, a line drive goes foul down the first base side. Runner leads off third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball paints the outside corner from Gravine, and an important second out in the top of the fourth inning.
Brings up the catcher, number 7, Mason Anderson.
Up next, number 3 hitter in the Marshfield order, catcher Mason Anderson. He's been hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first, and then grounded into a double play in the third. 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Gravine. 0-1. Again, the runner off of third. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a ground ball in the hole between third and short into left field for a base hit. Another run will come in. Jacob Sadowska, a 2-out RBI single for Mason Anderson, and Marshfield now leads 6-3. So now the 9th batter to come to the plate in this top of the fourth inning. Dylan Langhoff will step in for Marshfield. We'll get a courtesy runner for the Marshfield catcher as Jackson Wernberg will come out and do the running. So now Dylan Langhoff, who had an RBI double in the first and flew out the right in the third, steps in. And there's a fly ball left field coming in, and playing it on a hop will be Alex Capitz. So another base hit for Marshfield. And the player who started off this inning, Bryce Shoddy, will now step to the plate.
9, Bryce Shoddy.
5 base hits now for Marshfield in this long top of the fourth inning. Trying to get out of the frame with no further damage now are the Warriors. Runners off second and first. Gravine has the target. Kicks, deals. There's another liner, pulled foul down the the first base side. I get discombobulated when I'm moving the camera. Third base becomes first base. First base becomes third base. 0-1 here on Shoddy. He grounded out in the first and then started this inning off with a walk and came around to score a run. Here's the pitch. Off the inside corner, evens things up at 1-1. 6 runs on 10 base hits, 1 error for Marshfield. 3 runs on 5 base hits, no errors for the Warriors. Here's the pitch. And there's a looper towards center field coming in and played it on the second hop will be Walvogel. Runners being waited around. Here comes a throw, but it's up the first base line. And that will be another RBI hit, this time for Bryce Schade, and it makes it 7-3. Well, the bats have come alive for Marshfield in the top of the 4th inning. Jackson Zaleski, who is 2 for 2, will now step in.
Brings up Jackson Zaleski.
He singled in the second, singled earlier in the 4th, scored a run. Pitch is up and, was that called a strike? Oh, it was up? Okay. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a little flinch with the right arm, so I got confused. I get confused so easily these days. 1-0. Check swing, but going around is Jackson Zaleski, and that will even things up at 1-1. Still a lot of time left. I mean, this game it's been a long first half of this game. We're nearing the midway point, but still plenty of time left as the pitch is low and outside for ball 2. We're just in the top of the 4th inning. 7-3 is the lead for Marshfield. A 6-run frame here in the top of the 4th. Zaleski, right-handed batter. Runners off second and first. And the pitch. There's a little roll there. That's going to be a tough play. Going to his knees, picked up and fired nicely by Rowan Robbins, the first to get the runner. Boy, I didn't think Rowan had a chance, to be honest with you, but he slid, got the ball, and then a great throw to first. 2-3 on the putout, and the inning comes to an end. 11 batters come to the plate for Marshfield in the 4th. They score 6 runs on 6 base hits. There were no Warrior errors and a pair of runners left on base. End of 4.5. I should say end of 3.5. We are halfway through here at Wausau West High School. Middle of the 4th inning. It is Marshfield 7, Wausau West 3. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Next Tuesday, the Wausau West High School baseball team returns to action in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, traveling to Wisconsin Rapids for a doubleheader. Hear all the exciting action live on Wausau Area Sports, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 and the first pitch of game number 1 at 3:30. Wausau West Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports is brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. It's Wausau West at Wisconsin Rapids in a Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball doubleheader. Tuesday, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports.
Warriors coming to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing Marshfield 7-3. First pitch swinging, well hit ball, but right into the tracks of center fielder Brody Carl off the bat of Will Stengel, and that's 1 pitch and 1 out.
1 out.
So now top of the order, Cam Blasky for the Warriors.
Number 14, Cam Blasky.
Blasky has walked twice so far tonight, so he's been on base twice, no official at-bats. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Cam, but came up empty, 0-1. In softball, Marathon beats Newman Catholic 11-1 in 6 innings tonight. 0-1. There's a foul ball off the body of Cam Blasky. Again, we'll have a recap of all the action for the Wausau area schools in baseball and softball later this evening. Go to wausauareasports.com. Again, go to the website, wausauareasports.com. We'll have the recaps. Plus, you can always check our upcoming broadcast schedule as well. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Misses low and inside for ball 1. DC Everest has extended their lead over Wausau East in high school baseball today. It's now 8-3 Evergreens in the top of the 5th inning. There's a hard ground ball, but right to the shortstop. Sadowska will pick. He'll fire across in time to get the hustling Cam Blasky 6-3 on the putout.
Batting, number 23, Carson Thurs.
And that will bring up the Warrior third baseman, Carson Thurs. Well, for Tyler Cum, this is exactly what he wanted to do in this inning. After a big top half of the frame, trying to come out and put down the Warriors quickly. Fastball, outer portion for strike 1 called. Mason Anderson, the catcher, putting down the fingers, setting the target, 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses a tad up, maybe a shade outside, and the count evens up at 1-1. Should Carson Thurs reach base? On deck for West, Joe Gravine. Try to get Joe up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch is a little bit outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Working at a good tempo right now, working quicker than he has the entire game is Tyler Cum. And there's a foul ball back. And obviously with nobody on base, it's a lot easier to work at a quicker tempo. Warriors have had base runners in every inning, multiple base runners in every inning up to this point. Right-handed batter waits. Now taking a little bit longer. Now liking the sign is Tyler Cum. And now stepping off. I say his tempo picked up, and then all of a sudden it takes a little bit more time. Takes too much time for Carson Thurs. He'll step out. Again, putting down the fingers is Mason Anderson. The lefty. Kicks, fires. There's a little pop-up on the infield. It's going to be a tough play, and it drops in between the pitcher and the second baseman. And an infield single for Carson Thurs. A little pop. Trying to go backwards was Tyler Cum, made a lunge at it. And then the English took it away from him and also the second baseman, John Will. So it looks like a line drive single to center field from Carson Thurs, but it's a single on the infield. That will keep the inning alive now for Joe Gravine. Gravine doubled, scored a run in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. Pitch is down low for ball 1. Gravine has been on base twice. He reached on an error in the 1st, in addition to that double in the 3rd. There's a fly ball, well hit center field. Going back is Brody Carl, but he's going to have room as he goes to the track and makes the grab in deep left center field. So a well hit ball by Gravine, but not quite enough. Warning track, good jump by Brody Carl, and the inning comes to an end. For the Warriors in the 4th, no runs on 1 base hit. There were no Marshfield errors and 1 runner left on base. And to 4. It is Marshfield 7, Wausau West 3. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to wausauwestbaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Top half of inning number 5 here from Wausau West as the Marshfield Tigers come to the plate, leading the Wausau West Warriors by a score of 7-3. For Marshfield, it will be the bottom third of their order: Lucas Halan, John Will, and Brody Carl against second Wausau West pitcher Joe Gravane.
Number 18, Lucas Halan.
Swing and a miss. Strike one. Lucas Halan is 0 for 2. He grounded a shortstop in the second and struck out in the fourth. There's a line drive into center field, and that's in there for a base hit. Taken on a hop by Miles Waldvogel. Gets it back to the infield. And boy, Marshfield's bats have come alive in the last inning plus. They now have 12 hits in the game.
Brings up second baseman number 1, John Will.
And now their freshman second baseman, John Will come to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He is grounded out and also singled and scored a run. Here's Gravane's pitch. Fouled back, a little bit of a start my cut, maybe think about stopping it, but then going through it from John Will, and it's 0-1. Runner takes his lead off of first base. Gravane fires, and that's in there for a called strike 2. So Joe gets up in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Peeks at the runner, kicks and deals. Fastball runs a little bit inside. Count is 1-2. Stevens Point and Wisconsin Rapids still tied at 3 apiece. They're heading to the 7th inning in Stevens Point. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So, second strikeout for Joe Gravane. 1 out, runner on first now for Brody Carl. Carl had the big hit of this game. He drilled a grand slam home run deep over the fence in left field as part of that 6-run top of the 4th inning. Everest leads Wausau East 8-3 now as well. First pitch in there for strike 1 called. Evergreens and the Lumberjacks over at East today. That game in the bottom of the 5th inning. No balls and 1 strike. Runs inside, taken for a ball, 1-1. In addition to that grand slam, Carl has grounded out to third base. Again, the runner takes his lead. Ty Teske holds at the bag. Here's the pitch. There's a high pop-up near the third base dugout. Taking a look, but running out of room is Carson Thurs. Top of the order, Jacob Sadowska on deck. He is 3 for 3 today, so definitely need to get Carl, but this is a solid Marshfield squad. They're 3-1 in the conference, just 3-4 overall. They're 0-3 in their non-conference games. Ball and 2 strikes. Gravine fires. There's a ground ball. Charging at short is Parker Helke. Long throw across, too high. Air mailed. Heading to third base now is Halan. And into second base on the play is Brody Carl. So a throwing error on Wausau West shortstop Parker Helke. Now runners on second and third. 1 out for Jacob Sadowska. And now another visit to the mound before Sadowska comes to the plate. And it looks like that's going to be it for Joe Gravine. Another pitching change coming up for Wausau West. So, runners on second and third. 1 out, top of the 5th inning. Marshfield threatening for more as the Tigers lead the Wausau West Warriors by a score of 7-3. Back in a moment. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
New pitcher for Wausau West is senior Parker Monday. And Joe Gravine returns to shortstop for Wausau West as with 1 out, runners on second and third for the Marshfield Tigers. Jacob Sadowska will be coming to the plate as Marshfield with a 7-3 lead. Sadowska singled back in the first. He singled again in the third and then added a triple and a run scored in the 4th inning. So now Sadowska, left-handed batter, will settle in. Lefty on lefty.
Now batting Jacob Sadowska.
Well, right now the Warriors need to find a way to keep Marshfield off the board. Infield playing about halfway at all 4 positions. On the outside corner for strike 1 called. They joined us late. Marshfield with 1 in the first. The Warriors scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and then 6 for Marshfield in the 4th. Parker Monday looks back twice at the runner, kicks, deals. There's a ground ball right to the shortstop Gravine. Looks the runner back to second, fires across in time, and holds the runner at third as well. So 6-3 on the putout. 2 outs now in the inning, and Dayton Bugar will step to the plate. So the defensive alignment worked out nicely for Wausau West. Here's the pitch, swing and a fall back. 0-1. Seven, 12-1 for the Tigers. 3-6-0 for the Wausau West Warriors. Runners off second and third. Parker Monday kicks and deals. Paints the outside corner for a called strike 2. So Monday, one potential pitch away from getting out of this major jam in the top of the 5th inning. Monday has been solid in all of his relief appearances for the Warriors so far this season. 0-2. There's a pop. First base side out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, peeking back at the runner at second is Parker Monday. Takes a second look. Comes to the plate. Drops a little bit low for ball 1. Dayton Bugar is 0 for 2. He is grounded into a double play, been hit by a pitch, and struck out looking. 1-2. There's a grounder to second base, and now an underhand flip as heading to the ball was Teskey, and he had to hurry back to the bag as waiting was Will Stengel, and then Stengel underhanded it to Ty Teskey to beat the runner. 4-3 on the putout, and the inning comes to an end. But the Warriors get out of that major jam. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base for the Tigers in the top of the 5th inning. We are now through
Not too early to start thinking.
We are now through 4.5 here at Wausau West. It is Marshfield 7, Wausau West 3. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Bottom of the 5th, Warriors coming to the plate, trailing 7-3. Ty Teskey, Rowan Robbins, and Miles Walvogel due up. And the first pitch from Tyler Cum is in there for strike 1 called. Well, this lefty senior starting pitcher has done a solid job for Marshfield up to this point. His pitch misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Marshfield came into play in second place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference at 3-1. Pitch is down low on a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Start of play today, Stevens Point, the only undefeated team left in the WVC, 3-0. Then Marshfield at 3-1. Everest 1-1. Wisconsin Rapids 1-2. Pitch is down low for ball 3. Wausau East 1-3 and Wausau West 0-2. As I said in the pregame, still a lot of action because this year, with playing each other 3 times, there are still 13 conference games for the Warriors counting today. And there's a fly ball well hit into deep right center field. Way back. Looking up. It's over the head of the center fielder, Brody Carl. Heading into second base and staying there will be Ty Teskey on a ringing double to deep center field. So a good start for the Warriors. And it looks as though we're going to get a pitching change as John Southworth is coming out, and he is bringing a friend. No, he's bringing another pitcher. It looks like Mason Polga is going to come out of the dugout as well. Maybe not pitching. Sometimes they'll switch positions. So we'll tell you about the change here for the Marshfield Tigers. But bottom of the 5th inning, it's nobody out. Runner on second for the Warriors, and they trail Marshfield 7-3. So we'll tell you about the new Marshfield pitcher coming up. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Check it
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help.
We're about to start the meeting. Welcome to anyone new.
For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
New pitcher for the Marshfield Tigers. Runner on second and nobody out. And the first fire from Mason Polga, a sophomore right-hander, is in there for strike one called to Rowan Robbins. So Mason Polga takes over on the hill, 4+ for Tyler Cum. 3 runs allowed, 1 runner that is his responsibility on second base. 0-1, misses just a tad up, maybe a shade inside, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Warriors looking to get back into this one as they trail 7-3, but time is called. Mason Anderson will jog out to have a word with his new pitcher. Rowan Robbins had a single, scored a run back in the second, and then struck out swinging in the third, so he is 1 for 2. Wind continues to blow out towards the left field foul pole. Here's the pitch. Good cut by Rowan Robbins. He was on that one, follows it straight back. Count goes to 1-2. Runner leads off second. Mason Polga kicks and deals. Misses low and outside, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking his lead off of second base is Ty Teske. Polga's pitch. Swing, foul tip, held on to by the catcher Mason Anderson. And that's strike 3.
Brings up the center fielder, number 13, Miles Waldvogel.
Up next will be Wausau West center fielder, Miles Waldvogel. Well, Miles has started to heat up a little bit. On Tuesday, he was 1 for 1 with a walk, he had a triple. Today, he is 1 for 1. A single, an RBI, a run scored, and also a sacrifice bunt. Polga's pitch. Fastball, outer portion for a called strike 1. Bottom of the 5th inning, 7-3. Marshfield with the lead over the Warriors. Runner leads off second base. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a ground ball in the hole between third and short into left field for a base hit. Getting waved around is Teske. He will score an RBI single, second hit of the game for Miles Waldvogel. And the Warriors back to within 3. It's 7-4. But it looks like Miles Waldvogel starting to heat up. He had a real tough start to the season going into this week. He was 1 for 16 going into this week, and now he has not been retired in 2 straight games. And again, I talked a lot about it on Tuesday in the broadcast about baseball and sample sizes, that you have a couple of games. I mean, the best of the best will have a couple of bad games, as that pitch is up and into Marshall Helke for ball one. Taking his lead is Walvogel at first. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner at the knees for a called strike one. Tomorrow, softball, Wausau West takes on Pacelli. Pacelli, very, very good program. Smaller school, but they've been to the state tournament a lot in recent years. Up in it on that fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. So West and Pacelli, softball tomorrow. Warriors looking for a 3-0 week. 4:15 airtime, 4:30 for the first pitch, right here on Wausau Area Sports. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Down low and outside. Count goes to 3-1. If Marshall Helke reaches base, the potential tying run will come to the plate in the form of Alex Capitz. Warriors putting their hands together in the third base dugout. Here's the pitch. Off the outside corner, and that's ball 4. It was almost like Marshall was saying, gonna put the arm up? Nope. And he drops the bat and heads to first base. Heading to second is Miles Walvogel. So now the potential tying run.
7, Alex Capitz.
Alex Capitz comes to the plate. Chance here for the Warriors to get themselves right back in it. In fact, they're in it, but they can really put the heat on Marshfield, trailing 7-4. So off of second base is Walvogel. Marshall Helke leads off of first. Capitz had an RBI single and is also popped up. Fastball in there for strike 1 called. Had that RBI single in the second. And then a little blooper to short right field. And John Will, the second baseman, made a terrific play. Ball that looked like it was going to land between Will and the right fielder, Shoddy. But he made a great running grab to take away a hit and another RBI. Fouled straight back. Good cut that time by Alex Capitz. And the count goes to 0-2. Steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Staring in is the right-hander, Mason Polga. Now he's ready. Sets at the belt. Kicks, deals. There's a little roller, third base side. Is it going to stay fair? It's not. I didn't think it would. That English took it foul. And we'll do it again at 0-2. This is the 4th appearance of the season for Mason Polga. Came in with a 1-0 record. 12 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a earned run average, a very solid 1.17. So again, Alex Capitz waits. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, and that is out number 2 of the inning. And that will leave it up to the Warriors. Actually, is Stenkel going to be called back? He's walking back towards the dugout. John Albee is walking down to have a word with the home plate umpire. And it looks as though we will get a pinch hitter here for the Warriors. As coming out of the first base dugout. I think that's Keegan Cruzan. Yep, it is Keegan Cruzan. That will be coming up as the potential tying run. He does have the pop to try and get the Warriors back to even with one swing of the bat.
Pinch hitting number 17, Keegan Cruzan.
So Keegan Cruzan will step in for the Warriors with runners on first and second and 2 outs. As West trying to close within 2, maybe 1, or even tie it up. It's 7-4, Marshfield with the lead. Big right-handed hitter settles in. Here's the kick and the pitch. There's a liner, but it goes foul down the first base side. Well, the Warriors have one in this inning, but with runners on first and second with one out at one point, want to get more than that right here. Out of the stretch, Mason Polga sets at the belt, kicks, deals. Down low, smothered by Mason Anderson, and the count evens up at 1-1. Love to see Keegan Cruzan turn on one, get one into that jet stream, that wind pushing out towards left field. Outfield plays slightly to pull. Brody Carl in center, slightly towards left center. Pitch hangs a little bit up, and that's ball 2. That could have been a dangerous pitch, that hanging breaking ball, but it was a little too far up. And now a good hitter's count for Keegan Cruzan. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners take their leads. Here's the pitch. Fastball paints the outside corner for strike 2 called. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on base for the Warriors. Polga again, long look in from Mason Anderson and taking a little time, and actually a balk is called. So that will put a second runner in scoring position. Third base now is Miles Walvogel. Marshall Helke goes to second, so a base hit could make this a 1-run game. Two balls and 2 strikes on Keegan Cruzan. Takes a deep breath and now steps back into the right-handed box. Another long look in from Mason Polga. Fingers still being worked by Mason Anderson. Now he'll set the target. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So the Warriors will strand a pair. Wausau West does get a run. 1 run, 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. End of 5 innings. It is Marshfield 7, Wausau West 4. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Thanks to the Wausau West Baseball Diamond Club for their support of our broadcast of Warrior Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Community support through the Diamond Club is crucial for our student athletes. All race funds directly benefit the program. The Diamond Club offers several advertising opportunities for local businesses and organizations to gain visibility while contributing to high school sports. For more information, go to WausauWestBaseball.com and click on Diamond Club. Thanks again to the Wausau West Diamond Club for helping bring Wausau West Warrior Baseball to you on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Next Tuesday, the Wausau West High School baseball team returns to action in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, traveling to Wisconsin Rapids for a doubleheader. Hear all the exciting action live on Wausau Area Sports, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 and the first pitch of game number 1 at 3:30. Wausau West Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports is brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union since 1936. Local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. It's Wausau West at Wisconsin Rapids in a Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball doubleheader, Tuesday starting with the pregame show at 3:15 on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports.
Top of the 6th inning, Marshfield coming to the plate, leading Wausau West by a score of 7-4. Be the middle of the order for Marshfield. Mason Anderson, Dylan Langhoff, and Bryce Shoddy up against the third Wausau West pitcher, Parker Monday. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Right-handed batter waits for the left-handed thrower. Monday sets at the belt, kicks and deals. Hangs up high, taken for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Everest still leads Wausau East 8-3 in the top of the 7th as the pitch misses up and away for ball 2. So the Evergreens have now added another run in the top of the 7th. They lead over East 9-3. And the pitch is down low, and that's ball 3. And the other game in the Wisconsin Valley Conference in baseball today, Stevens Point walked off Wisconsin Rapids. They scored a run in the bottom of the 7th. Stevens Point stays undefeated in conference, beating Rapids 4-3. Followed straight back, and the count runs full, 3-2. So that win puts Stevens Point at 4-0 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Wisconsin Rapids is now 1-3 in the league. 3-2 pitch. Falls back to the screen, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Overcast, windy, but warm day. Of course, we're expecting some rather significant rainfall later tonight into the overnight. The good news, at least last I checked, and things can always change, as the 3-2 pitch comes and it's fouled back again, that the rain should be over early tomorrow morning, and the hope is that any of the games that are scheduled for tomorrow will be not affected, but again, things can always change. But there's going to be some significant rainfall coming up overnight. 3-2 pitch. There's a high pop-up behind home plate. Taking a look, heading back, and making the grab nicely is catcher Rowan Robbins. He picked up the ball, and he got back there and made a nice grab for out number 1. The wind did help the Warriors in that case because, again, it's pushing that ball to keep it from going over the backstop. If the wind's blowing the same velocity the other way, that ball probably ends up over the screen. Now, Dylan Langhoff, who has a couple of base hits, will step in. Fastball, outer portion for strike 1 called. Langhoff had an RBI double back in the first, flew out to right field in the third, and then singled again in the fourth. He is 2 for 3. Swing and a miss, and Parker Monday again. Boy, Monday comes out here. He does not have overpowering stuff, but he just finds ways to get outs. And he's done that during each of these appearances out of the bullpen so far this season. No balls, 2 strikes. And there's another pop-up. Short left field. Going back is Carson Thurs. Going over is Capitz, but he cannot get there. No drop in foul territory. Check out WausaAreaSports.com. You'll see our upcoming broadcast schedule. You'll be able to go to a page, see our sponsors, and if you're somebody that would be interested in sponsoring, if you sponsor before the end of May, before the end of the school year, you can get a big discount for a year-long package. So, again, I would love to talk to you about potential sponsorship for the upcoming school year. As the pitch is just off the outside corner. That was a close pitch. I think Parker Monday wanted that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But, again, if you're a business owner or know of a business owner, please go to WausaAreaSports.com, the contact area. Send me a note, and I'll get in touch. Strike 3 called. Going right back to the outer portion of the plate was Parker Monday, and he gets Dylan Langhoff looking for out number 2.
Brings up the right fielder, 9, Bryce Shoddy.
But again, it's really been outstanding work from Parker Monday, one of the 4 Wausau West seniors here in the early part of the season. And the first pitch to Shoddy is low and outside for ball 1. Bryce Shoddy grounded to short. He has walked and scored a run and then had an RBI single. 1-0. Misses inside, and that's ball 2. I mentioned earlier the Warriors in Eau Claire at Eau Claire North at Carson Park tomorrow. No broadcast, but we'll be back with the Warrior baseball team on Tuesday next week. Doubleheader in Wisconsin Rapids. Pitch drops a little bit low, and that's ball 3. 3-0 on Bryce Shoddy. Should he reach base, Jackson Zaleski is on deck. There's a good fastball from Parker Monday in there for a called strike 1. Thanks to our good friends at Rocket Industrial, Ryan and the crew, for their support of our broadcast here on Wausau Area Sports. Pitch is off the outside corner, and that's ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Bryce Shoddy, and Jackson Zaleski will head to the plate.
Batting third baseman, number 5, Jackson Zaleski.
Zaleski is 2 for 3. He singled back in the second. He had a single and a run scored in the fourth, and also in the fourth, he grounded out. Hit a little dribbler, and a good play was made by Rowan Robbins to get him at first. Here's the kick and the pitch, and that's in there for a called strike 1. A 7-4 lead for the Marshfield Tigers as we play the top half of the 6th inning. And the pitch drops a little bit low. Count evens up at 1-1. Again, windy, but boy, it's sure been nice this week. Be able to have short sleeves finally for some baseball. Swing and a miss. Again, Monday puts it in there. Zaleski comes up empty, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Supposed to be a little bit cooler after the rain comes through tomorrow afternoon. Lower 60s for the game for Warriors. There goes the runner. Pitch is taken for a ball. Throw it on to second, and head first dive, and in safely on the stolen base is Shoddy. That will put a runner in scoring position for the Tigers with 2 outs. Two balls and 2 strikes. Parker Monday kicks, fires. There's a fly ball right field side going over is Cam Blasky. He is under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So now the Warriors head back to the plate, down by 3. End of 5.5. It is Marshfield 7, Wausau West 4. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the...
Check it out. There you are. They are?
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help. For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
Right fielder, number 14, Cam Blasky.
Well, the Warriors down by 3, heading to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the order, Cam Blasky, and the first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Cam Blasky has walked, and he has grounded out, so he's 0 for 1. There's a fastball, outer portion of the plate from Mason Polga, and it evens it up at 1-1. 7 runs, 12 hits in air for the Tigers. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Warriors. Pitch is inside for ball 2. Again, base runners are what the Warriors need right now. Two one. Misses up high. That's ball 3. Three balls and a strike on Cam Blasky. Carson thirds in the on-deck circle for Wausau West. Fastball right down the chute, and that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, if you are Wausau West, but the top of the order here in the 6th, this is where you got to do it. Payoff pitch. There's a looping liner into left center field for a base hit. That's the start the Warriors looking for in the bottom of the 6th. A single for Cam Blasky. And now Carson Thurs will step in.
Brings up third baseman, number 23, Carson Thurs.
It's been a tough start for Wausau West in high school baseball. They could use a real thriller here today. I think they've started to swing the bats better today. This has been by far their best game in terms of hits. Their 9th base hit already, so knocking on the door of double digits. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside for ball 1. But again, they've come out, and I was talking to the coach before the game, and we heard the pregame interview. I thought the approach last Friday at DC Everest was much better than it was on Tuesday, and he said, yeah. And that's one thing the guys really worked on at practice last night. 1-0. Fastball pops into the mid of Mason Anderson. That's in there for a called strike 1. But you see the approach has been better, even here, working the count, making the opposing pitcher work a lot harder than they did against East on Tuesday. Pitch is a little bit low for ball 2. Cam Rye went the distance for East, and he had a lot of pitches left in the bag when we got through 7. Pitch is at the top of the zone, and that's called strike 2. But here today, the counts have been deeper. We did not see a lot of deep counts on Tuesday against East. 2-2 on Carson Thurs. Joe Gravine in the on-deck circle representing the potential tying run for West. Mason Polga fires. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt, and that's strike 3. That one just broke off the table, ended up in the artificial dirt, and that's the first out of the inning. Next up,
shortstop, number 11, Joe
Gravine. Joe has reached on an air, doubled and scored a run, and flew out to deep center field. Hit it to the track before it was chased down by Brody Carl his last time up. Pitch is down low for ball 1. So Gravine has been swinging the bat well here today. Right-handed batter, hands up high near the right ear hole. Runner leads off first, and the pitch. Low and outside, and that's ball 2. And again, another base runner brings that potential tying run to the plate for the Warriors. Ty Teskey is on deck. Two-0. Misses. Pickoff back to first, and diving back in safely is Blasky. Lights are on here at West. And again, the lights have been here a couple of years now. Really great to have. A day like today would have been a problem here to finish things off. Never enjoy those suspended games. We have one still to finish. Pitch is down low, and there's ball 4, and the Warriors have 2 runners on and the potential tying run coming to the plate. Time is called, and we're going to get a visit out to the mound and see whether the Marshfield Tigers and Coach John Southworth are going to make another change. But first and second base with 1 out. Long, slow walk for the Marshfield coach. And it looks like, well, let's wait and see. I think we're going to get another pitcher here as the ball has been handed off.
In the parking lot, could you please turn off your headlights as it shines directly on the pitcher?
Ball has been moved around, so we're going to have a pitching change here for the Tigers, and we're going to take a quick timeout as well. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Warriors trail Marshfield by a score of 7-4. This is West Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Next Tuesday, the Wausau West High School baseball team returns to action in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, traveling to Wisconsin Rapids for a doubleheader. Hear all the exciting action live on Wausau Area Sports, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 and the first pitch of game number 1 at 3:30. Wausau West Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports is brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. It's Wausau West at Wisconsin Rapids in a Wisconsin Valley Conference baseball doubleheader. Tuesday, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports.
And the new pitcher for the Marshfield Tigers is John Will. Better cut off the music. As ready to go is John Will. He sets. Here's the kick and the pitch. Misses off the corner for ball one. John Will comes from second base. He is a freshman. And again, he has looked very impressive both in the field and at the plate as a freshman here in this game. But Ty Teske representing the potential tying run here for the Warriors. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Misses low and inside, and that's ball 2. Good hitters count for a good hitter. Ty Teske drilled a double, scored a run back in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. Again, the runners take their leads. Here's Will's pitch. Drops down low, and that's ball 3. Three balls and no strikes on Ty Teske. And the pitch. Misses a little bit up, and that's ball 4. Now the bases are loaded for the Warriors for Rowan Robbins. Well, this season
number 6, Rowan Robbins,
has been waiting for a special moment, and now a chance here for the Warriors. Down by 3 with the bases juice. We've seen 1 grand slam in this game already from the Marshfield Tigers. And now let's see if the Warriors can take advantage of an opportunity here. Runners off third, second, and first. Don't need a home run. Just need a solid base knock. The right-hander kicks and deals. Pitch is down low on a fastball, and that's ball 1. A win for the Warriors. As quickly as things can change, they would jump over East and Rapids in the conference standings. Here's the pitch. There's a chopper foul over John Albee. Probably a good thing for the coach. He did not get his fingers on that one. Big moment in this game. 7-4. Marshfield with the lead. Bases are juiced for Wausau West. Here's the pitch. Misses off the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count for Rowan Robbins. Robbins singled and scored in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. Again, Will sets at the belt, kicks, deals. There's a high pop-up, foul territory. Going back and making the grab is the catcher, Mason Anderson, for out number 2. Well, Miles Walvogel, who is 2 for 2, has had hits in his last 3 official at-bats, will step in.
Miles Walvogel, center fielder.
Miles laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd, had an RBI single, scored a run in the 3rd, had a RBI single in the 5th. Pitch misses inside, so 2 RBI already for Miles Walvogel, and the base is loaded. 1 ball and no strikes. Turquoise-colored bat waves it as he waits. Off the inside corner, and that's ball 2. Working out of the windup with the bases loaded is John Will. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. Right down the chute. Looks like taking all the way was Walvogel, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Oh, they called a balk. Wave off the strike. It's a balk. A run will come in and score, and the Warriors make it 7-5. There is a gift run for Wausau West, and that will put the potential tying run in scoring position. A quick pitch is what the home plate umpire is saying. Boy, oh boy. Not happy is Coach John Southworth. He's going to come out, and the base umpire is saying, nope, don't come out here. Waving him back over the line and trying to explain exactly what happened. Again, freshman right-hander John Will. So the count remains 2 balls and 1 strike. The tying run is at second. Also a runner at third. Coming in to score was Blasky on that balk. So now, big situation. Miles Walvogel steps back in. Runners off second and third. Here's the pitch. Foul tip at the plate. It's now 2-2. Is hopping up and down after pounding it on his foot is Miles Walvogel. Well, it's been a interesting one here at West today. Marshfield led 1-0. Warriors tied it at 1. Warriors led 3-1. Marshfield, 6 runs in the fourth, led 7-3. 1 for the Warriors in the fifth, 1 for the Warriors in the sixth. 7-5 game. John Will working out of the windup. Runners off third and second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the rock, the kick, and the pitch. There's a roller. Third base side charging is Zaleski. He'll pick. He'll fire across in time, and that will do it for the Warriors in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Warriors get 1 back, but leave a couple of runners in scoring position for the 2nd inning in a row. They left runners on 2nd and 3rd in the 5th. They've left runners on 2nd and 3rd in the 6th as well. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base for the Warriors in the bottom of the 6th inning. Heading to the 7th, it is Marshfield 7, Wausau West 5. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com. Rocket.
Top of the 7th inning here at Wausau West High School. A little bit of rain moving into the area, and in fact, quite a bit of rain moving into the area. So we'll see if we can get a quick top of the 7th inning. They get the Warriors up, a chance to try and win it in the bottom of the frame. See a few umbrellas actually opening up here at Wausau West. Parker Monday fires, swing and a miss by Lucas Halan. Strike 1. He is 1 for 3. He singled his last time up in the 5th. Again, it's been really a pretty intense game here today. I think both teams have kind of dug deep as the pitch misses away for ball 1. And again, I think it's a much better performance for the Warriors because I just did not think that they did not dig in the batter's box, I thought, the same way as they did last Friday, and they've done it here today. Pitch is just off the inside corner, 2-1. Again, I think both teams have been working the counts and making the opposing pitchers work hard here today. Pitch misses away for ball 3. So bottom third of the order. And again, Parker Monday has done the job since coming on. He has done that in relief all season long for the Warriors. John Will, who is now the pitcher, is on deck, and Brody Carl in the hole. Here's the pitch. Down into the dirt, and there's a leadoff walk for the Tigers in the top of the 7th. So that will bring up the freshman, John Will. And again, I've said that. I mean, I've been very impressed with how this freshman carries himself. He looks like somebody who's played quite a bit of baseball. I think the coach, and they may have seen somewhere behind us in the press box, a bit of lightning. So they're going to take the Warriors off the field right now. Coach John Albee is talking to the home plate umpire. We're going to take a timeout. Going to come back, let you know what the situation is here at Wausau West. Again, we are in the top of the 7th inning. Oh, they're going to call the game right. So for the second time in the last week, we'll have a suspended game. Oh, is it official game? Oh, official game. So the game, oh, that's too bad.
After discussion with the umpire, this game is going to be a final.
Oh, too bad. But nevertheless,
Marshfield will win here tonight, 7-5.
So we're going to take a timeout, come back, have our post-game show coming up next, recap what we saw here tonight from Wausau West. 7-5, Marshfield beats Wausau West. This is Warrior Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Chad Holmes back again here from Wausau West High School, where the weather has ultimately won again. Top of the 7th inning, Marshfield 7, Wausau West 5. And this time the game is official. Last week it was in the 8th inning. It was still tied. So that game will have to be continued when the Warriors head back to DC Everest in a couple of weeks. But here, this one will ultimately be a Marshfield victory as the Tigers knock off the Warriors by a score of 7-5. So to recap things, Marshfield got on the board first in the top of the 1st inning. A 2-out RBI double by Dylan Langhoff scored Mason Anderson to make it 1-0 Marshfield. The Warriors scored in the 2nd, an RBI single by Alex Capitz would score Rowan Robbins and make it 1-1. Then the Warriors took the lead in the 3rd, a couple of 2-out RBI hits. First, Miles Walvogel with a 2-out RBI single scored Joe Gravine to make it 2-1 Warriors. That was followed by an RBI single by Marshall Helke that scored Walvogel, and it was 3-1 Wausau West. But the big inning in this game occurred in the 4th, as the Marshfield Tigers sent 11 players to the plate, and they scored 6 runs on 6 base hits. The big hit in that inning was a grand slam home run by Brody Carl. That one turned a 3-1 Warrior lead into a 5-3 lead for the Tigers. Then there was an RBI single by Mason Anderson and an RBI single by Bryce Shoddy, and that made it Marshfield with a 7-3 lead. The Warriors would get one back in the 5th. An RBI single by Miles Walvogel scored Ty Teske, who had doubled, to make it 7-4. And then the Warriors got a run in the bottom of the 6th with the bases loaded and 2 outs. A balk was called on Marshfield pitcher John Will. That scored Cam Blasky to make it 7-5. But the Warriors then would strand 2 runners in the 6th and 2nd and 3rd. The Warriors also stranded runners on 2nd and 3rd in the 5th. So again, they had their chances here to come back. But in the end, it is Marshfield winning it by a score of 7-5. The Wausau West baseball team will return to action coming up tomorrow. They are in Eau Claire, taking on Eau Claire North in a doubleheader at Carson Park. Games at 4 o'clock and then 7 o'clock. Our broadcast tomorrow will be Wausau West softball. I'll be at the Wausau West softball diamond as the Warriors, coming off wins over Stevens Point and Wausau East this week, will play host to Pacelli. I'll be on the air at 4:15 for the pregame, 4:30 for the first pitch tomorrow. Wausau West against Pacelli in high school softball right here on Wausau Area Sports. I'm Chad Holmes, again, from Wausau West High School, where the Wausau West Warriors, they fall to the Marshfield Tigers today by a score of 7-5. Our next Wausau West baseball broadcast will be coming up on Tuesday of next week. A doubleheader. The Warriors will be in Wisconsin Rapids for a twin bill, and we'll have that action on Tuesday, starting with the pregame show at 3:15. Game 1 starts at 3:30. So hopefully you can be with us for softball tomorrow, and then Warrior baseball coming up on Tuesday. I'm Chad Holmes, and this has been Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports.
This has been Wausau West Warrior High School Baseball on Wausau Area Sports. Warrior Baseball has been brought to you by the Cloverbelt Credit Union since 1936. Local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Warrior Diamond Club, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm, and attorney Matt Meyer. And don't forget, for the latest high school sports news, upcoming broadcast schedule, and more, go to WausauAreaSports.com. This has been Warrior Baseball on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports.